Adirondack Fun with Food here. Shortly after St. Patrick's Day, a question was asked what to do with corned beef leftovers. My first reaction was, you have leftovers? Okay, you have leftovers. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do, but I came up with one that I think you're really going to like. How about an Irish Italian corned beef dipped sandwich? You heard me. An Italian beef sandwich made with corned beef. So I didn't have any leftovers. I ended up cooking another point for this. I cooked it in the crock pot overnight using my method of citrus and pickling spice on low and let it go overnight. Took it out the next morning and let it cool so I could slice it. Then into the crock pot went what you need to make a really nice au jus dipping sauce for this. I put in 32-ounce containers of beef broth, vegetable broth, and beef stock, along with a small can of tomato paste, some herb de Provence, salt and pepper, and then I cut up 2 green bell peppers, 2 red bell peppers, a large sweet onion, 4 cloves of garlic, and I took all of those vegetables, put them in a pot with some of that broth, a couple tablespoons of butter. I had Irish butter left over, so that made it even better. Brought those vegetables to a boil to simmer them and soften them up. Put them back in the crock pot with the rest of the broth. I forgot to mention I emptied the crock pot's corned beef water first before I started building the broth. But I saved the corned beef water aside because in addition to those things I've already talked about, I also put a couple of ladles of the corned beef water and about a half a can of Guinness into the crock pot for the broth, and let that simmer down for pretty much a couple hours. Got all done, and now here we go. We're going to build our Irish Italian corned beef dipped sandwich. Now you got to have a nice roll for this, and something that's a little bit on the crusty on the outside, because this thing is going to get dipped and soaked in this juice. So to start with this, we'll take some of our corned beef that I've sliced. I just use this neat little strainer, and we will just dip this right into this broth for just a few seconds just to warm it up. It doesn't need a lot because this broth is pretty hot right now. And now we can take that out and drain it a little bit. You're going to want to put your roll on a piece of paper or something because this is going to get messy. So we will ladle that corned beef now right into that roll. And now here's where the fun begins. We're going to take this entire roll and give it a hot tub bath right in this broth. Now to that, we're going to add our vegetables. Again, we'll take our little strainer here and bring some of these peppers and onions to the top. Right on top of that beef sandwich, right on top of that corned beef. And then this really wouldn't be a true Italian sandwich unless we added a little Chicago-style gardenia. So a little bit of that right on top of this. And there you have Irish Italian corned beef dipped sandwich. Take a look at that. All right, let's pull that off. Remember, this is going to be a mess. This sandwich, everything is nice and wet. It's dripping in sauce. The bread is all nice and soft. It wouldn't be Italian beef if it wasn't messy. This is messy. It's super flavorful. The flavors from that broth are just outstanding. And the corned beef is a whole different level than roast beef because you're getting that brine flavor along with the nice au jus brothy flavor of the beef broth and the tomato and the vegetables. There you have it. One good idea for leftover corned beef, or if you just want to cook corned beef at another part of the year, here's a great idea for a great sandwich dinner. Everybody will love it. Adirondack Fun with Food.